Just tell me briefly, what do you remember? You remember everything?
In detail.
Yeah.
Believe me, I was wide awake for it all. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want to tell me about it? What do you feel comfortable sharing?
Well, I guess the highlight of the story is getting to a roadblock. What I remember is being about 4 hours down the highway on an 8-hour trip, so about halfway down the highway, and I noticed guys on either side of the road with tires. A lot of people sell tires on the side of the road, but these guys weren't selling tires. They got on their cell phones, and I could see them looking down the road. They were calling ahead, and I started, this isn't right. And then we passed about a half a mile further. A couple of guys, they just went like this. They went. I said, oh, that's very odd that they did that. I've never had anybody do that before. Does that mean slow down through our neighborhood or what? It was a warning. So I said to my driver, I said, don't get too close to the vehicle in front of us. So I got a bad feeling here. So then I could see a roadblock up ahead, and I could see smoke. I said, okay, this is going bad fast. And then when I saw people getting out of the vehicle, because half my team was in the vehicle in front of me, and when I saw them getting out, I said, this is an execution. I said, nothing we can do for them. We got to hit full reverse, get out of here. I said, whatever's happened to them, it's in God's hands. We got to do what we got to do, save ourselves. So we hit full reverse. Well, those guys with machine guns started on foot after our vehicle, and they started shooting and shooting. All you could hear was bullets hitting the truck. So then we had about an 8 or 10 foot ditch on either side of the highway, and so I said, first driveway we get to, you got to pull in and try to turn around, because the luggage in the back of the truck will block the shots. Because right now we're facing the machine guns. The bullets are coming straight at us. So he got in the driveway, and first thing that gets hit is a tire, rear tire. So then when he hit reverse, and of course he's panicking, he's trying to find the gear, and he's hitting every gear but reverse. He finally gets reverse, and the tire spins, and it spun until it got so hot it smoked, but couldn't get any traction. So he kept rocking it back and forth. We get it back on the highway and turned around. But with that flat tire, we could only go 5 or 8 miles an hour. And so the guys on foot were actually catching up with us. And then I could see a scooter in the side view mirror coming up, and the driver had a machine gun, and the passenger had a machine gun. They were holding them out off the side of the scooter. So I said to the guys, I said, when I say duck, we're all going to duck, because we're going to get shot at any second now. And next thing you know, I'm looking down on my body, and I see my arms are going like this. Now, I've been a hunter all my life. When you do a spine shot on a big animal, that's a kill shot. And I knew I'd been killed. My arms were doing this. And I was above myself, and I said, wow, I'm dead. This is the end of me. So I thought, my first thought is to yell at the guys in the front seat so they can look back and see me. So I'm yelling, guys, I'm dead. Nobody could hear me, and then I'm thinking, well, that's right, I'm in a spiritual realm now. I'm in a different dimension. They're down there, I'm up here. So I'm going to talk to God about this. So I said, God, I got a wife and a son that need me, and I dearly love them. I said, this isn't my time. I said, I'm doing your work. I got a lot of work to do. I said, specifically, I said, I got a lot of miles left on my shoes. I said, you put me back in my body now, and I'll keep serving you. I said, I'll go wherever you want me to go, and I will always tell your story. So as soon as I finished that, he settled me back down in my body, and I said, I better start yelling again. So I yelled, guys, I've been shot. So they heard me then immediately, and they spun right around, and they said, we can't help you because they won't let us move. We were surrounded by guys with the machine guns. So said, well, I'm okay. And then I looked to the left, and 3 guys with guns came up to the window. And I don't understand Creole well, but enough to know they wanted to finish me off. So the 3 of them aimed at me, and they each squinted on me, and I said, I better play dead. So I kind of crossed my eyes a little bit, and I stuck my tongue a little bit, and I fell over onto the seat. But then I couldn't tell what's going on. I kind of grimaced, thinking maybe I'm going to get a shot through the window. So my driver, I could hear him crying because one of the guys put the barrel in and he put it up to my head. He was going to finish me off. And then a guy apparently showed up out of nowhere and put his hand on the shooter's chest and said, no, no. And then he went around the shooter to my driver and he put a hand on his chest and he said, stop crying. It's all going to be good. And my driver said, I just felt the peace of God come completely over me. And he said, I just lost all my fear. And so then my door opened and the thugs got on top of me and they took my pockets inside out, took my wallet out and tried to find money. All they got was $11 out of my wallet and my cell phone.
Wow.
And that's all they got.
Tell me one more thing, because like I said, we interviewed Jeff, and he fills in the places,
Yeah.
Where, we'll have you taking turns on it. One more thing, tell me about why you thought it was so important for somebody to record a message to your wife. Because you told him, grab a phone, I want to leave a message.
Yeah. Because when I looked at the amount of blood on my chest, I was a paramedic for a lot of years. Once you lose a certain amount of blood, the end is near. It's ominous. And I had a blood clot on my chest. It looked like the size of a placenta. And I said, I'm still bleeding. It was running down my waist, and it had been actually down to my knee. So I said, I'm going to bleed to death. So I said, in case I do, I said, I want to leave a message to my wife and my son that I love them, which they do, but particularly to my son, who I didn't want to get discouraged and quit his pilot school because he wants to be a missionary pilot. So I said, I want you to finish, be a pilot, and live for the Lord. So I got that message out, and I was happy about that. What I didn't realize...
You're making me cry.
What I didn't realize...
You're crying too, oh my gosh.
What I didn't realize is I was going in and out of consciousness. Well, I looked back at the video yesterday, and it amazed me because as soon as I came back into consciousness, I'd finished a sentence, which is pretty amazing.
So you'll have the surgeries, right? You'll have more than one surgery, I assume?
I have 3 surgeries ahead of me.
Okay, so one is to remove the bullet.
There's a bullet lodged in C3. It's completely shattered the third's a cervical vertebra. And another miracle is, usually when a bullet hits a vertebra hard like that, it breaks the spinal cord, and the spinal cord is perfectly intact. And so otherwise I'd be paralyzed from the neck down. I'd be...
And then what's the other bullet? One more bullet?
There's a piece of shrapnel, and it's against my jugular vein. And so they're afraid with the slightest movement it could cut the jugular. So that's going to be another project to get that out.
But you had gotten 3 bullets.
3 bullets. I get one in my shoulder, and on the one in my shoulder, the bullet rolled over my shoulder. So I don't have a lot of damage in there. I thank God it just rolled over. And I thank God that the round that hit me in the cheek that they removed already went through the door first. It just caught the edge of the door, and that slowed it down enough because the surgeon that did my surgery here to take this bullet out, he said, usually the jaw is gone. You get a high-power rifle, it takes the jaw, the teeth, the whole thing's gone. And he said, yours, you don't even have a, he said, you don't even have a crack in your jaw. You're a little dent, but you don't even have a fracture. So
when people see this story, what do you want to take? What do you want them to take from it?
I want to know that God is alive. He's well. He's in control. And no matter what your circumstances seem like, no matter how hopeless, your faith needs to be in God and complete surrender to God. And God will pull us through the most impossible looking circumstances. So